Here's a weird question for you. Imagine an energy drink designed to boost your intelligence. If it costs $3 versus if it costs $1.50, which one do you think would make you feel smarter and solve more problems? You'd probably think, the cheaper one, of course. I got a good deal, I'm in a great mood, so I'll perform better. But a real psychological study came to a mind-blowing conclusion. The people who paid more for the exact same drink actually answered more questions correctly on an intelligence test. Why? Why do we get better results just by paying more? It's because of a deeply embedded factory setting in our brains, a glitch that almost everyone has, but very few are aware of. And the smartest marketers have known about this secret for years, using it to pull money right out of our pockets. Today, we're going to expose that secret. This story starts with a friend of mine who opened a jewelry store. She encountered something so bizarre she couldn't wrap her head around it. It was peak tourist season. The store was packed. She had a collection of beautiful turquoise jewelry priced fairly fair for its quality, but it just wouldn't sell. She tried moving it to a more prominent display, had her staff push it aggressively. Nothing worked. Finally, at her wit's end, the night before leaving on a buying trip, she scribbled a note for her employee, ready to just cut her losses. She wrote, "Everything in this case, price times 1/2. When she returned a few days later, the entire case was empty. The jewelry was all sold. Great, she thought, at least I got rid of it. But when she looked at the sales records, she was absolutely floored. Her employee had misread her messy handwriting. She mistook the 1/2 for a 2. You heard that right. Every single piece was sold for double the original price. This makes no sense. Why would an unpopular item suddenly become a bestseller just because its price was jacked up? Were the customers crazy? To explain this, we first need to look at an animal, the turkey. Now, you might be thinking, what on earth do turkeys have to do with jewelry? Well, as it turns out, a lot. Mother turkeys are excellent parents, loving, protective, and caring. But scientists discovered that all of this maternal behavior is triggered by one simple thing: the cheep, cheep sound of their young chicks. If a chick makes that sound, she cares for it. If it doesn't, she may completely ignore it or even attack it, even if it's her own. An ethologist named M.W. Fox demonstrated this in a famous experiment. A stuffed polecat is shown to the mother turkey. She immediately attacks it. A small recorder playing the cheep, cheep sound is placed inside the stuffed enemy. The turkey's behavior does a 180. She actually cuddles her mortal enemy. The recorder is turned off. The cheep, cheep stops. The turkey immediately goes back to viciously attacking the polecat. See how absurd that is? A simple cheep, cheep sound is the motherhood switch. Click, and an entire program runs automatically. In animal behavior, this is called a fixed action pattern. It's like pressing play on a cassette tape inside the animal's brain. So you're probably laughing at how silly the turkey is. But hold on, because we humans are not that different. Our brains are also pre-programmed with these automatic playback tapes. Harvard psychologist Ellen Linger proved this with a brilliant experiment at the library copy machine. She tried to cut in line using 3 different requests. Request 1, real reason. Excuse me, may I use the Xerox machine because I'm in a rush? Success rate, 94%. Request 2, no reason. Excuse me, may I use the Xerox machine? Success rate, 60%. Request 3, fake reason. Excuse me, may I use the Xerox machine because I have to make some copies? Success rate, a whopping 93%. Did you catch that? The key wasn't the quality of the reason. The key was the word because itself. Just like the cheep, cheep sound, the word because is the button that triggers our automatic compliance response. Our brain hears because and subconsciously thinks, oh, a reason was given, that's logical, and we just go along with it. Okay, now we can finally solve the mystery of the jewelry store. The ridiculously overpriced turquoise, the expensive energy drink that made people smarter, they operate on the exact same principle as the turkey and the copy machine. We live in a complex, information-overloaded world. To save energy, our brain develops mental shortcuts. And one of the most powerful shortcuts drilled into us since childhood is you get what you pay for. Price equals quality. For those wealthy tourists who knew nothing about turquoise, when they saw the low price, their mental shortcut was triggered. Cheap means low quality. Their brains automatically labeled the jewelry as inferior. But when the price was mistakenly doubled, that high price tag hit a different play button in their brains. Their shortcut screamed, "Wow, this is expensive. It must be really good." The price itself became the trigger for quality, so they happily, even eagerly paid for it. It's the same for the energy drink experiment. The volunteers who paid more triggered a belief that expensive equals effective. This powerful psychological suggestion, a variation of the placebo effect, actually improved their performance. So, let's bring this back to us. These mental shortcuts, these brain glitches, they don't mean we're stupid. Most of the time, they are incredibly efficient. They help us make quick decisions and save precious mental energy. The rule, expensive things are usually better quality, is often true. The problem is, there are people who will knowingly exploit these automatic programs for their own gain. They take an ordinary product, wrap it in fancy packaging, slap a high price tag on it, and hire a celebrity to endorse it, all to press that expensive equals premium button in our brain, making us buy things irrationally without us even realizing it. Knowing this isn't about becoming cynical, it's about giving yourself an alarm bell that rings the next time you're faced with a tempting high-priced item. You can ask yourself a simple question. Am I buying this for its actual value or because the price tag just flipped a switch in my brain? Only by understanding the user manual for your own brain can you make truly conscious choices. All right, that's it for our deep dive into your brain's spending glitch. Have you ever fallen for the expensive equals better trap? Or maybe you have a story about getting a real bargain. Share your story in the comments below. Let's all get a little smarter together. If you found this video enlightening, please don't forget to hit that like button and be sure to subscribe and ring the notification bell. I'll be sharing more fascinating insights from psychology and behavioral economics to help you understand yourself and the world around you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.